My fiancée posted, "Last night of freedom," with photos from a club, sitting on another man's lap. I commented, "First night of freedom, actually." Then I changed my relationship status and tagged her dad. What happened next made local news. So, I'm a 29-year-old guy and I'm an architect. My life is usually pretty straightforward. I design buildings, I pay my rent, and up until a few days ago, I was engaged to be married. We'd been together for 5 years, and the wedding was just a month away. I really thought we had it all figured out. Turns out we didn't. The whole thing blew up because of a social media post, which feels pretty normal for our times, I guess. She was out for her bachelorette weekend. I was home, sketching out the final details for a big community center project I was really passionate about. Around 1 a.m., my phone lights up. She'd tagged me in a new post. The caption was, "Last night of freedom, getting wild before I'm locked down forever," with a bunch of laughing emojis. It was an album of photos. The first few were pretty standard bachelorette party stuff. Groups of girls taking shots, dancing, making silly faces. A little cringy, but fine. But then I swiped to the fourth picture. It was my fiancée, the woman I was planning my entire life around, sitting square on some other dude's lap. She had her arms wrapped around his neck, laughing like she didn't have a care in the world. His hands were planted on her hips, not in a friendly way. The next picture was them doing a shot, their faces inches apart. The whole locked down forever. Jokes suddenly felt less like a joke and more like complaint. My first reaction was just this cold, hollow feeling. Then the anger kicked in. It wasn't the yelling kind of anger. It was quiet and sharp. 5 years. A ton of money for the wedding. All the trust I'd given her. It all felt like a prank. And I was the punchline for her 500 closest followers. I just stared at her caption, "Last night of freedom." I picked up my phone, feeling weirdly calm. I went to the comment section on her post and typed, "First night of freedom, actually." Then I went to my own profile and changed my relationship status from engaged to single. As a final touch, I took a screenshot of her picture and my comment, posted it, and tagged her. And for good measure, I tagged her dad. Now, her dad is a big shot in our city. He's a real estate developer, the kind of guy whose face is on for sale signs everywhere and who has the city council in his back pocket. He's obsessed with his public image. I knew tagging him would set off a bomb. It didn't even take a full minute for my phone to start blowing up. First her friends, then her, calling again and again. I ignored every single call and text, silenced my phone, and started looking at the lease for our apartment. His name was on it, which I knew would make things messy. The call I was actually waiting for came about 10 minutes later from his office. I picked up, "What the hell have you done?" "No, hello, nothing." His voice was that quiet, scary kind of angry. "You are embarrassing my daughter and my family. Take that post down. Now." I took a deep breath. "No," I said, my voice totally level. "I'm not taking it down. Your daughter embarrassed me." The post stays. There was this heavy silence. I could practically hear him fuming. "This is a private matter," he hissed. "You do not air our laundry in public. You're making a huge mistake, son. You have no idea who you're dealing with." He always called me son when he was trying to put me in my place. "I'm not your son," I said, and she made it public when she posted that picture for everyone to see. "We're done. I'll have her things packed by morning." Then I hung up on him and started filling boxes. So about an hour later, she shows up at the door. She's still in her clubbing dress and looks like she drove straight from her bachelorette party. The second I open the door, she tries to do the whole tearful hug thing, like she's the victim here. "Baby, I'm so sorry. It was just a stupid joke. My friends put me up to it. You know how they are." I just held up a hand and pointed to the boxes stacked by the door. "I don't care," I said. "It's over." Her face completely changed. The fake tears dried up instantly, and she just looked at me with pure, entitled rage. "Are you serious? You're throwing away 5 years over one stupid picture?" My dad called me, screaming, "You tagged my dad? What is wrong with you?" "What's wrong with me?" I couldn't help but laugh. "You publicly disrespected me. You don't see anything wrong with that picture, do you?" "It was nothing," she yelled. "He's just a friend of a friend. You're being so paranoid and controlling. This is why I needed a night of freedom in the first place. I feel suffocated." The gaslighting was almost impressive. Meanwhile, her and her friend's smear campaign was already in full swing online. People were commenting that I was insecure and abusive, that I couldn't handle her having a little fun. She jabbed a finger in my face. "You're going to regret this. My father will ruin you. That big community center proposal you're so proud of? Good luck with that now." And there it was. Her dad wasn't just some guy on the approval board for that project. He basically ran it. His own company had a competing bid. The next day, I got an email from the building's management company, which is just another arm of her dad's empire. It was an eviction notice, citing some made-up reason like breach of community conduct. The guy was actually trying to kick me out of my own home. I called my lawyer, who confirmed it was a totally illegal retaliatory eviction and told me to document everything. While I was on the phone, I kept thinking about the guy in the photo. He looked familiar. I zoomed in and it hit me. I'd seen him in a picture on her dad's desk. It was the son of the guy who owned the wedding venue, the one her parents insisted we use. Suddenly, a bunch of things started making sense. Her dad pushing for that specific venue, him being a silent partner, and now this. This wasn't just a random guy at a club. This was all connected. I started digging into the venue's business records, and yep, there it was, a network of shell companies that proved her dad was a part owner. He was making us pay a fortune for our wedding just to line his own pockets. He called me again the next day, trying to sound reasonable. "I'm giving you one last chance to fix this," he said. "Apologize to my daughter, publicly, delete the post, and I might be able to smooth things over about the apartment." It was a threat disguised as an offer. And if I don't, I asked. I was already recording the call, which is legal in my state with one-party consent. "Then you'll find the city is a very small place," he said, dropping the act. "That community center contract? Forget it. I will personally see to it that your firm doesn't get a permit to build a doghouse in this county." He thought he had me backed into a corner. What he didn't know was that he was just giving me more ammunition. While he was making threats, I was building a case. And then the final piece fell into my lap. A former employee from his company, who had seen the drama online, emailed me anonymously. They sent documents proving he was planning to rig the community center bid, using cheap materials, getting kickbacks from an inspector, and faking invoices to rip off the city. I had it all. The cheating scandal was the hook. The illegal eviction and career threats were the body. The bid rigging was the knockout punch. I didn't go to the cops. I knew he'd just use his connections to bury it. Instead, I took the whole package to the best investigative reporter in the city. I handed her a USB drive and said, "I think you'll be interested in this." It starts with social media posts and ends with a whole lot of fraud. 2 days later, the story broke. It was the front page of the local news website. Developer's family feud exposes city contract corruption. The fallout was instant. The article started with the infamous photo of my ex on that guy's lap, then detailed her father's illegal eviction attempt and the threats against me, using his own words from the recording. The last half of the article laid out the entire bid rigging scheme with documents to prove it. His empire just collapsed. The city council launched an official investigation. The inspector he was paying off was suspended. His business partner, the venue owner, was suddenly in a world of trouble. My ex, who had tried so hard to play the victim, was now just a spoiled daughter of a corrupt businessman. Her dad had to step down from all his public positions. His face was everywhere, but not in the way he liked. My ex sent me one last, long text message. Tried both apologize and blame me for destroying her family. I just deleted it. She didn't get it. I didn't destroy them. They did it to themselves with their greed and arrogance. I just turned on the lights so everyone else could see it. A week later, after her father's company was disqualified, my firm was awarded the contract for the community center. I was looking at the blueprints for a building that would actually be good for the city, not just for one man's wallet. It felt good. I felt free.